What's up, guys? How you guys doing right now? So, before we get into the video, I want you to like, subscribe, and turn on notification bell. All right, guys. All right. So let's get right into the video. All right. So I'm gonna be playing some guitar right now. As you guys see, I'm playing some guitar. Um, I don't know, you guys. I'm gonna play some guitar right now. You guys can see after the learn how to play guitar. Like we're making the sock puppet. Put that under the neck and straight on there. Keep your thumb straight so we don't want that off to the side there, and keep your fingers straight as well. We don't want those on an angle. So thumb straight and fingers straight, exactly like our puppet, and stick it straight on. With your wrist, make sure that's down under the neck of the guitar. We don't want that coming over the top. That'll force your thumb over the top as well. Try and keep your thumb lined up with the top of the neck or thereabouts, depending on your hand size. Fingers straight. Now, when you're doing this, we're going to be using our first finger for the songs. So don't stick your other fingers right out or don't tuck them under. Just leave them near the strings, but obviously not touching, and try and keep them fairly relaxed there. Also, as we're moving up and down the neck, make sure your thumb moves with you, so our whole hand moves when we're playing up and down the neck. We don't want to anchor our thumb and try and just move our hand around. Our thumb moves the whole time there. More how to play, you guys. Right. So let's start with "We Will Rock You." So this is all going to be played on our A string using our first finger. So 5 up from the bottom, get your pick ready. Then take your first finger, place that on the 9th fret. Try and get to the front of the fret. Now when I'm doing this, I'll tuck my fingers under so it's a little bit easier for you to see. Try and keep your fingers next to the strings there. So we have 9 for 1. Then we come back fret 8 for 1. Come back 2 frets. It's time when we're on the 6. We do that once. Then back to 4. So fairly easy. 9, 8, 6, 4, and then we'll come back to the 6. So back up 2 frets. We play that twice. Then we're going to put a stop in there. So just putting our hand on the strings to mute it, and then we do that again. 2 6s and a stop. 6, 6, stop. So let's put that together slowly. 9, 8, 6, 4. Hey, Titi. 6, stop. 6, 6, stop. And a little bit quicker. 9, 8, 6, 4, 6, 6, stop. 6, 6, stop. And one more time. Up to learning how to play the guitar here.
Meet the new C11 of Redken's acidic body concentrate. Our new intensive treatment provides stronger hair with immediate results. It fortifies and prevents future breakage in all hair types.
So a fairly easy one to get us started. Let's do Batman as well. So again, on our A string, so 5 up from the bottom, get your pick on that, ready to go. First finger again, this time we're on the 2nd fret. As usual, be to the front of the fret, keep your thumb straight, fingers close. So 2 times on the 2nd fret. Then we just go back to the 1st fret, so back 1 fret, we do that 2 times. Take your finger off. Now when you do that, don't put your hand down, just lift your finger up off the string slightly, 2 opens, and then back to the 1st fret 2 times again. And that's our little pattern. We're going to do that 3 times. So 2, 1, 1, open, 1, 1, and a little bit quicker. 2, 2, 1, 1, open, 1, 1, and up to speed. And another 3 times. And that's finished. We just go back to the 2nd fret and play that twice. Let's put that all together now.
lots of stops in it. So all on the A string, so our top string now, so get your pick ready. There, first finger, 8th fret this time. So one after the third dot on the neck there, we play that once, and then we put a stop in. So then we play 8, 6, 8. So we're just going back 2 frets there. 8, 6, 8, stop. And then we do that again. 8, 6, 8, stop. The last one, we play 8 again. 8.
Oh my gosh.
Big jump all the way back to the 3rd fret. 3 for once, and then up to the 4th fret once. So slowly, 8, stop. 8, 6, 8, stop. 8, 6, 8, stop. 8, 3, 4. There's a big jump there from the 8th fret to the 3rd fret. So a little tip there, while you're playing the 8th fret, look at your 3rd fret. That way you're spotting the fret and you'll go straight there. Don't wait until you've played the 8 and then look back at the 3rd fret. So I'm playing that 8, I look at the 3rd fret and I can jump straight to it there. So let's do it again. 8, stop. 8, 6, 8, stop. 8, 6, 8, stop. 8, 3, 4. And a little bit quicker. 8, 6, 8, 8, 3, 4. And up to speed. Okay, so another fairly easy one.
King guessed the song. I was trying to wait. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's China.
So again, we've got some big jumps there. So all on our B string again, pick ready there, play it open, and get your first finger over the 3rd fret ready to go.
Okay.
Don't push it on, just have it ready there because that's our next note. So we play the open, then the 3rd fret for one, then open again. Now we move up to the 5th fret, we play that once, open again, so just lift the finger off, and then we move all the way up to the 10th fret, we play that one once, and then
Do you have the fingers tips things
while you're
to
playing
text
open, that's when you move your
No,
hand
I
up.
don't know where
Open,
Danielle put it. I
open,
don't.
and as I'm playing that
This
open,
Danielle
I put my
guitar.
hand up.
Guitar.
Open,
I'm just trying it.
open,
I don't know where she put the
open.
thing at.
So I don't wait until I have to move and play that fret. I move up while the open string.
I gotta ask her when she come back.
Open, 3, open, 5, open, 10, open. Let's do that again. Open, 3, open, 5, open, 10, open, and up to speed.
You can't have a strong community without a strong local economy. That's why I help small business owners get their posts.
Yeah, school now.
And why I voted to invest in more skills training
Ask her
for
when she
high-paying
comes
jobs
back.
in our community.
I'm learning though. Oh my gosh.
Hello there.
I'm learning.
Scare the rainbow, taste the rainbow. So another fairly easy one to remember with that.
I'm watching YouTube. That's why I keep looking over there.
Move your hand ready.
He's teaching me how to do it.
Now let's try and bend the bar.
See, he's teaching me how to do it. You guys can see it. Look. He's teaching me how to do it.
So again, this one's on our top B string, so get your pick ready. There, play the open, and the next note's going to be the 5th fret. So we have our first finger ready over the top of the 5th fret. We play the open once, and then the 5th fret once. And then we'll do the same as Dirty Deeds. When I play the next open, I move my hand back ready for the 3rd fret. 3rd fret, open, and then I do a stop. So open, 5, open, 3, open, stop.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of songs he's playing, but I'm trying. Let me go to a different video. 'Cause Why do they have some for the beginners? Ooh, yeah. So, do the beginner ones. That's too advanced for me right now. Oh no. Um, Alright, so this might be for the beginners, guys. Trying to just name Really? Oh, that's cool. How'd you make it?
Hey, what's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here, and this is going to be considered your very first guitar lesson. So this is what I've taught guitar for a very long time, even before the internet. I know the dark ages.
That's cool.
I was even teaching back then, and I figured out a way that.
Did you watch YouTube for that?
My first lesson.
Or you just
so for my
get it off the head?
I'm going to be passing that on to you. And what we want to do is just start with one little shape, Scout's honor, one little shape that we can move around and start making some music right away. Now, if your guitar is not in tune, it's not going to matter how good you are at the fingering and all that. If the guitar's not in tune, it's not going to sound good, and you're going to get discouraged. So I do have a video on just the basics of tuning your guitar. There's a link for it here, so you can check
Long
that
story,
out.
tell you later.
The guitar
Okay.
This stuff. So we're going to zoom in and talk about the guitar a little bit and learn this little shape with our fingers. And, the real key is not natural music ability. Really, it's the desire.
Oh, that's good.
In the beginning,
You're learning something each day, every day.
Called like 2 months. What you want to do is, if you've always wanted to play guitar, just give yourself.
Oh, yes, I can agree on that.
Like 5 minutes a day.
It's
for 2 months. And don't decide that it's too hard. Not
I look
you.
on YouTube every time too.
5 minutes a day, and what you'll find is a lot of times that 5 minutes, when you have a little breakthrough, can become an hour or 20 minutes. But
you on YouTube now, looking at guitars lessons.
2 months. You take a few days off here and there. That's okay. And then decide, because really it's about breaking through that first hump. Because stuff you learn after the basics, you can just add little things to your arsenal, and it's just fun. So anyway, really appreciate the support. Let's zoom in though and start learning this stuff. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to show you these 2 chords that are the easiest chords to start with. And you can make a little bit. But real quick, let me talk about just the basics of the guitar a little bit. We've got 8 guitars.
Oh,
Step 2,
tell
we've got
Cuz that his video is going up to.
the body.
Gotta watch the condition out. TT. Okay.
Headstock of the guitar.
Oh, before you go, tell Darren his video is doing good. It's up to almost 300. The one he performed.
The strings are connected to the bridge of the guitar. You've got sides here, and you've got the top.
Good.
You got the back. You got a little strap bolt here, and a little strap bolt there. You can see the reflection on my light and other guitars and stuff. Secret studio stuff. And then, but importantly, when we start learning, we've got the strings. And if we look at how to tune guitar, Eddie A. Dynamite, Goodbye Eddie. And you've got the sound hole. And the really important, the starting point here, this little piece of plastic or ivory or whatever it ends up being, that's called the nut of the guitar. And then these metal lines here, these metal brackets are the frets. And on guitar, when you say, like, for instance, the first fret of the E string, you don't mean right on the metal. If I said first fret, I mean this little section here in between these 2 things is the first fret. So this whole space right here is the first fret. this area in between these two metal frets, this is the second fret, third fret, fourth fret, etc. The dots on the guitar are just little locator points, so eventually you start to memorize where the notes are or help you, play where a certain chord fits in. They're visual references. And then what you also have is you have a spot here on guitar where it's the 12th fret, and you get these double dots right there. You see you got single dots here. You get to the double dots right there, and that's the octave of the open string. It's in a million songs. So we're going to take our pointy finger, our index finger, and if you've never played before or you're a beginner, it does take a little time to build some calluses up. So if it gets to the point where it's painful, then take a break. There's no rush, although everyone wants to play right away. And I get that instant gratification, but you just gotta just get used to it just like anything. You write with a pencil, you get a little callus. We've got to get that first. So we're going to take our pointer finger here, and we're going to play the second fret of the A string. So with my pointer finger, and my hand's just kind of behind the neck here like this, and my pointy finger is going to hit the second fret. So that area is the first fret, this area is the second fret, and we're on the A string. So the tip of my finger straight down, not the flat part, the tip of it straight down. And then my middle finger, the tip of that, straight down on the second fret of the D string. So a little pro tip for you, if I say second fret and you're kind of scooted back almost to where it's on the first fret, that's not ideal. Ideal is closer to the next fret up. You don't have to press as hard, and you don't get a buzzy sound. So if I scoot it back, we don't want that. If I start to scoot it up, you can hear it rings out perfectly. So then we need to get our middle finger on that same fret, the second fret, on the D string right there. We put them both down. Now if your hand's kind of touching the other strings, we're not going to get the perfect sounding chord. So we want to make sure that there's enough space in our hand where the strings that our fingers are down on will still ring out. It should sound like that. And so just to start with, you got your pick, and I'm holding the pick kind of, my thumb was up like that, and the pick is pointing outward. It's not directly sideways, it's not directly pointed up, it's a little bit tilted like that.
That melted cheese you crave is back. The double stick grilled cheese burrito only at Taco Bell.
Oh, so good.
So you finally found some time to learn how to play guitar. Or at least I'm assuming so since you clicked on my video. Thanks for that, by the way. Hi, my name is Ellen, and I make free guitar tutorials right here on YouTube. And if you stick with me, I promise you'll be playing your very first song by the end of this 10-minute video with only 2 of the most popular chords used in a lot of different popular songs. So make sure to stay tuned to see what song that's going to be. Well, there's no time like the present, so go ahead and dust the cobwebs off of your 6th string and let's get it tuned up. So you're quickly going to learn that one of the most important things that has to happen before you can play your guitar is to make sure it's in tune. There are so many free apps you can download to help tune your guitar, and I'll link a bunch of them below, but in this video today, we're going to be using Guitar Tuner. If your guitar is already in tune, make sure to skip to this time here so that we can move on. All right, once you have your app open, go ahead and place it next to your guitar strings. All right, so these babies over here by the head of your guitar, those are called your tuners, okay? These are your tuning pegs, and this is what we're going to use to tune your guitar. So basically the way that this works is each of these tuning pegs is connected to a string. So we're going to start with this very top string closest to you. That's our E string. And if you have your app open and you pluck that string, it'll tell you whether you're too high or too low. So you can see here, I am too low. So all we need to do to fix that is you are going to either turn your peg left or right to make it higher and lower. So go ahead and experiment. See how mine's going higher? So go ahead and keep twisting until that app tells you you're in tune. So again, I'm using Guitar Tuna, but most other apps work this way as well. So keep twisting left or right until each of those strings gives you a green light. Hey, nice to see you're still with me. I'm glad to see someone with more than a 2-minute attention span. Kids these days, am I right? But I don't want to push my luck, so let's go ahead and jump into the next section and learn how to play your very first chord. All right, so first let's go ahead and talk about the names of these strings. Starting with the side closest to you, this is our low E string, and it goes E, A, D, G, B, E. But no worries, you don't have to memorize this now. I will leave this on screen for you for the rest of this tutorial. All right, next let's go ahead and look at the neck of your guitar. You'll see these metal bars throughout the neck. Those are called your frets. And this is important because this is going to tell you where you want to put your fingers. And you never want to put your fingers directly on these metal bars, on these frets. You want to put your fingers behind them, all right? So the way that we're going to talk about these frets is with numbers. We've got first fret, second fret, third fret. All right, so let's go ahead and test this new skill. If I told you to put your middle finger on the third fret of the low E string, where do you think that would be? That would be right here. Good job. Sorry to go a little Dora the Explorer on you, but let's keep going. So if I told you to put your pointer or index finger on the second fret of the A string, where would that be? You got it. So we're already halfway there. We got 2 of our fingers on. Now there are a lot of chords that you'll learn as a beginner that you can play with just 2 fingers, but I'm going to challenge you guys and have you play with the other 2 fingers as well because I know you can do it. So let's go ahead and do our ring finger next. So our ring finger is going to go on the 3rd fret of the B string. So that would go here. And then your pinky is going to go on the 3rd fret of the high E string. So right next door, right there. All right, so you've got your G chord down. And the reason I'm showing you this 4-finger chord first is because it's one of the most popular chords. You'll see it in almost every single song ever. So congratulations on already learning one of these harder chords first. So once you have your G chord down, now you just want to make sure that it sounds right. And all we have to do for that is strum our guitar. So I'm using a pick. If you don't have a pick, you can use your thumb. If you don't have a thumb, you can use one of your nails, just make do with what you got. But all you gotta do for strumming is that. All right, so go ahead and make sure your G chord sounds like my G chord. How did that sound? Hopefully pretty good. If you heard some buzzing in there, that's probably because you're not pressing down hard enough on your strings. So go ahead and just adjust your fingers a little bit and make sure you're pressing down hard enough. And on the other end, if you have, white tips on your fingers, you might be pressing down a little bit too hard, and that's not necessary either. So just make sure you're putting an even amount of pressure on these strings. And also, if you find that your hand's a little bit uncomfortable in this position, don't worry. I guarantee you 99% of the other people watching this video agree with you and are in the exact same position. Playing guitar can be a little bit weird because our hands aren't normally in this position. So make sure that if your hand starts to feel a little bit strange, just to take a break and step away. So lots of songs out there use some really complicated strumming patterns, but I'm going to show you one that's really easy but super applicable. So now all I want you to do is, instead of strumming down once, we're just going to do that 4 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. So go ahead and do that with me. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Congratulations, you just played your very first strumming pattern. All right, so go ahead and pause this video and practice that 4-down strumming pattern a few more times on your own. And then when you're ready, we can go into the next part of this lesson. So the next thing I feel like we beginners struggle with is going to be transitioning chords. So right now we've got our G chord laid down, but what do you do from there? Well, let me go ahead and show you the next chord I'm going to teach you in this series. And I've thought this out very carefully. So for the next few lessons, we're only going to have to move just a few fingers to play completely different chords. Case in point, let's go ahead and move into our second chord. So right now we've got our G chord on, and the next chord I want to teach you is so super simple. All you want to do is take your middle finger that's on the 3rd fret of the low E string, and your pointer finger that's on the 2nd fret of the A string, and you're just going to move each of those fingers down 1 string. All right? So now your middle finger is on the 3rd fret of the A string, and your pointer finger is on the 2nd fret of the D string. Did you see that? It's a little easy to miss because it's such a small movement, but we're just going from this to this. 1, 2, like an eye doctor. 1, 2. All right? So that's just how simple of a movement we're doing. This next chord is our C add 9 chord, which is basically a variation of a C chord. So to go from our G to our C, look at that, super simple. If you need to, go ahead and pause the video and practice switching your fingers back and forth until you feel comfortable with this movement. So now we just want to move into strumming with our C add 9 chord, and what we're going to do for this is exactly what we did with that G chord. We're just going to do 4 down strums like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Something to keep in mind here is our C add 9 chord is a little bit different than our G because we're not going to want to strum this top string here. But no worries if you're a beginner and that's a little bit hard for you. If you do end up strumming that whole all 6 strings for C add 9, it actually sounds pretty okay. So no worries there. All right, so again, I want you to pause this video right now and practice that 4 down strum with that C add 9 chord until you feel pretty comfortable with it. So now let's go ahead and tackle the probably number one thing that most beginners have trouble with, which is switching between chords. So go ahead and put your G chord back on. So remember, that's when your middle finger and your index finger are on the top 2 strings. And we're just going to strum down 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. And now, after you've done that 4 times, we want to switch to our C add 9 chord. So again, make sure to move those top 2 fingers down 1 string each. All right? And then the pattern's the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? Great. And then once you've done that, you just go back to G. So move those 2 fingers back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then back to C add 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. Switch to C add 9. 2, 3, 4. Back to G, 2, 3, 4, and back. So go ahead and hop in anytime you're ready. We're just going back and forth between G and C add 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. You got it. Do you guys recognize something? I think you're playing your very first song right now. Don't believe me? Watch this. Every rose has its just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Every rose has its thorn. Our never, ever, ever getting back together. We are never, ever, ever getting back together. Here is the church and here is the steeple. We sure are cute for 2 ugly people. I don't see what anyone can see in anyone else but you. Hey, congratulations to the 5 of you who made it to the end of this video. And also congratulations on playing through your very first song on the guitar.
I'm fine. Well, that was fun. Alright, guys, so I'm done for today with the guitar. Oh my gosh. So, guys, I'm done with today of the guitar. Um, so, um, so I'm in this video right here. Like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Oh, and before I go, I will be doing a video where um, I will be doing the next video, but I am not gonna tell you guys what's the next video because you guys gonna be surprised on what I'm gonna do next. Alright, guys, so that's the end of the video. I want you to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, and see you in the next video. Peace. Bye.